Hello and welcome back to this session. I'm Kevin Otieno. A miner died while 5 of his colleagues were injured after a mine they were working on collapsed in central Alego location, Siaya County, in the wee hours of Tuesday. According to Siaya Sub-County Police Commander Benedict Mwangangi, the deceased was part of a team that was working at night in a gold mine opposite Rarieda Uyore Primary School in Kakumu, Kombewa sub-location. The police boss said that the miners were buried shortly after midnight, but quick efforts by their colleagues who were outside helped remove the debris and rescue the survivors. They were taken to Siaya County Referral Hospital for treatment. Wangangi said that the body of the 46-year-old George Odhiambo Okoth was moved to the Siaya County Referral Hospital mortuary awaiting post-mortem. Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition party leader Raila Odinga is now demanding an explanation from the Kenya Kwanza government over the alleged borrowing of 213.4 billion Kenya shillings just a week before the beginning of a new financial year. Azimio leader Raila Odinga, in a statement on Tuesday, questioned the President William Ruto-led administration over what he termed as suspicious borrowing, saying the state should come clean regarding the new debt. Odinga questioned the source of the large internal debt, its timeliness in regard to the passing of the controversial Finance Bill 2023, and its abnormally high interest rate of about 16% compared to other local lenders. The opposition leader put into question the motive and expenditure behind the lump sum amount, arguing that the said money cannot be consumed within 10 days, nor is it allowed by the law. And Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has said the government will modernize Kenya Defense Forces KDF and police artillery in a renewed move to bring an end to the Al-Shabaab attacks both in the country and the neighboring Somalia. The equipment will include sophisticated armored personnel carriers with ability to detect improvised explosive devices (IEDs) along the areas under their command. Speaking during a public baraza in Masalani town after meeting elders and community leaders on security matters on Tuesday, Duale said the government will no longer allow any terrorist attack in any part of the country. At least 22 officers have died in the last 2 weeks in Garissa and Lamu counties, while one suspected Al-Shabaab terrorist was arrested last Thursday on the Garissa-Dadaab road by a multi-agency team. The CS said the government will in the next 3 months buy sophisticated equipment to help the police and the KDF in the fight against Al-Shabaab, and that the government will not be intimidated in any way. Interior and National Administration Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo, who was also present, echoed CS Duale's words that officials who do not stay in their duty areas must quit. PS Omolo also called for collaboration between the locals and the security officials in the fight against terrorism in the country. He said that his main work was to keep safe all Kenyans and their property, and that he will endeavor to do so. To Israel now, where 4 Israelis have been killed in a shooting attack near a settlement in the occupied West Bank, paramedics say. 4 others were wounded, one of them seriously, when 2 Palestinian gunmen opened fire at a petrol station and restaurant on a highway outside Eli. The Israeli military said one gunman was shot dead by an armed civilian, while the second apparently stole a vehicle and fled the scene. He was, however, later shot and killed by Israeli security forces in the town of Tubas. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant described the shooting as a terrorist attack. It follows heightened violence across the West Bank in recent days. In Tuesday's attack, the gunmen arrived in a car and opened fire at people at the petrol station and inside a nearby Hamas restaurant. And U.S. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is expected to plead guilty to 2 misdemeanor tax crimes and admit to illegally possessing a gun while a drug user after a 5-year investigation. The U.S. Attorney in Delaware has filed papers indicating a plea agreement has been reached. He is expected to agree to drug treatment and monitoring. The terms of the agreement are likely to keep him out of jail. In theory, he still faces a maximum penalty of a year in prison on each of the tax charges and 10 years in prison on the gun charge, the Justice Department said in a statement. The proposed deal would need to be approved by the judge in the case, who will also determine the sentence. It is unclear when Hunter Biden will appear in court to enter his guilty plea on the tax charges. And that's the latest from me, Kevin Otieno.